This is a stimulus check, second stimulus check, and stimulus package update for this afternoon, our second of the day, with big, exciting news about new money that you're entitled to qualify for that you did not have eligibility for just a few weeks ago. Really exciting news. Thanks for tuning in. This is LALATE. As always, like and subscribe to this channel and drop your comments below, and we may feature them in tomorrow's recording. And please hit the bell on the front of this channel so you can alert when we have another second stimulus check update today. This is our second of 3 stimulus check updates for this afternoon. Earlier today, we had great details about new grant, free money available for you. I'll drop it in the links above. And later tonight, we're detailing new twists and turns about unemployment assistance. But now, 2 huge, big developments today. The first one is great news for you. It comes from the IRS, and it's a new stimulus package that no one saw coming. It's really quite fascinating. On Friday, the IRS issued new guidance which allows more individuals impacted by COVID-19 to withdraw from their 401k plan or individual retirement plans and get up to a $100,000 distribution in a way that they never could take before. This is a real big, exciting, great accounting change that a lot of you now are eligible for. Let's back up as the horns go off because they're excited as well. The CARES Act originally allowed savers to take coronavirus distributions, emergency withdrawals, up to $100,000 from retirement plans and IRAs, but those were for those had early interest payment penalties, and they had a lot of other restrictions. The new guidelines issued today expand the eligibility to a lot more and includes the viewers of this channel. Initially, this eligibility criteria for doing these distributions only applied to people who were laid off because of COVID-19, furloughed, or had hours reduced, as well as those unable to work because of childcare or entrepreneurs shuttered by their businesses. But the new stimulus care package updated today says that people who had a start date delayed or had an offer for a job rescinded due to COVID-19 can now qualify for the stimulus package. They too can take the withdrawal from their retirement fund or their IRA up to $100,000 in a way that they never could before. In addition, the rules now permit a self-employed spouse with a retirement account to take coronavirus distributions up to $100,000 from his account and make up the income lost. Quote, the spouse thing is pretty big, says Jeffrey Levine, and CPA and director of the Buckingham Wealth Partners in Long Island. He says there's a big stimulus package update. I have a lot of people in that camp where the spouse was out of work and didn't have significant retirement account assets. Remember, it's not a good thing. You're having to take your money out to owe your taxes, but this allows something which we really didn't have before. The IRS is giving viewers of this channel and a lot of others distribution qualifications that they never had. These are coronavirus-related distributions, and they can be spread over 3 years, which is just incredible. That is, if you were diagnosed with coronavirus or your spouse or dependent was diagnosed with that condition, or you had adverse financial consequences, which is really all the viewers of this channel because you've all done the ITL, due to COVID-19. So this allows these distributions to be taken in a way which we never had, and it allows these distributions taken, and here's what you need to know. Take a pen and paper. You can take these distributions from January 1, 2020 to the end of this year as, quote, coronavirus-related distributions. So if you want to learn more about this, certainly look up coronavirus distributions. And if you want to know the IRS decision, which is always very important, what is the number? It is an announcement issued today for 401k plans or individual retirements, and it's really, really great news. So now let's get to the details, which is really just shocking. As you know, Marco Rubio has been a target of this channel in good and plus sides in this almost in the same breath. And in recent days, we didn't know what was going on with Marco Rubio and Jovita Carranza. We detailed over the last 10 days that Marco Rubio's position on information from people who got relief under the second stimulus package has flip-flopped. He initially said that he was going to provide the information. Then he said he wasn't going to provide the information after he and Jovita Carranza appeared at a House committee that he chairs. After that committee, CNN asked him, "Are you going to release this information about people who received the CARES Act information?" He said, "No, now I'm not." And 24 hours later, there was a scandalous report, which a lot of viewers of this channel asked me about, in which it said that House members have received EIDL money, which is specifically precluded. If you recall, the EIDL Streamline application says that House members cannot get that EIDL money. Well, a big development minutes ago. This is hot off the presses. Steve Mnuchin says certain data will be released. So we're going to see which senators may have not complied with the CARES Act. Boy, you hear that plane? That's the bombshell about to drop. So the U.S. Treasury and Small Business Administration, you know who that is, Steve and Jovita, together issued a statement today that they will start to disclose this information. This is just after 7 days ago we heard that they would not release the information. So whose information is coming out and where is it coming out and how will we see it? This is in regards to two groups of people. The first are people who got PPP loans of $150,000 or more. The second is those that got PPP loans of $150,000 or less. So if you're wondering, it is not covering EIDL people. So for businesses that got PPP loans of $150,000 or more, their information is going to be made public. How is it? Quote, SBA will disclose the business name, the addresses, the NICS codes, the zip codes, the business type, the geographical data, the nonprofit information, the job supported, and the loan amount ranges if you made $150,000 or more. There you go. So no more of these companies like Shake Shack and Ruth Chris, or whatever the hell that name is called. I've never eaten there, nor do I want to after the recent news about what the company did, that are Fortune 500, New York traded or NASDAQ traded companies that got these PPP monies far in excess of $150,000. Initially, Marco Rubio was cuddling with them and giving them a scarf to comfort them when New York News and LALATE and others were revealing that, hey, they took PPP money that they weren't entitled to. And then the mess hit the fan, and we wondered who else is in the ball. Now we will know. Now we will know which businesses, which perhaps should not have taken the money, got PPP money if they're over $150,000. So if you're a viewer of this channel and you got a $5,000, a $10,000 PPP loan, should you be concerned? No. So here's that development. For loans below $150,000, totals will be released, aggregated by zip code, by industry, by business type, and various demographic conditions, the Treasury said a statement. So they will not be releasing your business name. They will not be releasing your business address or your business phone number or a way for Jovita to email you either. They will only be releasing aggregate data for all the businesses as a whole that got PPP loans of $150,000 or less based upon geographical areas and things like that, which will probably be the topic of another LALATE video because, as you know, we've been deeply critical of the disparity of which EIDL loans have been written. If you don't recall, we detailed that more loans were written for more businesses in the states of Vermont and West Virginia compared to the states of New York, where COVID-19 really hit hard and impacted a lot more businesses. We also know the loan amounts because Jovita appeared before the congressional hearings and the average loan amount was $88,000, and I said, no, it's not. I have your own documents, Jovita. You lent an average rate of $220,000. So this is really quite interesting. We don't know where this came from, but it's, it is following a lot of hot mess from both sides. These categories account for 75% of loan dollar amounts approved. For quote, for loans below $150,000, the totals will be released by aggregate. But in the case of $150,000 or more, we will actually see the business name and their address. So you can go knocking on their door and say, why did you get a $5 million PPP loan when you're not a small business? A lot of really shocking news. This is not the second of 3 second stimulus check and stimulus package updates for today. As always, stay at LALATE for more.